Be prepared. All right? Most gracious and benevolent friend, we give thanks and praise for this moment, for this opportunity, for all the things that you have given us and that you will provide for us all simultaneously and all inherited as our unfolding awareness begins to arise and we elevate to your consciousness. We are truly grateful for all the blessings which you have bestowed upon all the participants at this moment that are present, and for those who are in conscious mind and our thoughts that are present as well. We give thanks and praise unto you, the Creator of all existence. We are truly grateful. We all say Amen.
Amen.
All right. Today is what some will call Easter, which we know is related to the Passover. The Bible doesn't speak anything about Easter, or does it? And that's what we're going to discuss today as to the reason why we're in this paradigm. And everybody says, well, you know, rabbits don't lay eggs. Of course, we know that, right? Everybody in agreement to that? Rabbits do not lay eggs. All right. We can all agree to that, right? All right. Okay. So let us first, I want to go first to Deuteronomy. If you have your Bibles, if you turn to Deuteronomy 4, chapter 4. Thank you, Elder. And let's see. You're going to go to chapter 4, verse 16. Now, I'm not going to rush through this too fast, because like I say, you're going to experience some emotions. And these emotions that you're going to experience are okay. You're supposed to feel something. Okay? You're supposed to feel something. If you come out of here today and don't feel anything, and you just the regular person you was, and you ain't got nothing to think about, nothing to ponder on your day-to-day journey going forward, then that's not a good thing. Hopefully, the Creator will use me in the way that it is intended, and you will receive something more powerful than when you came in. Amen? Amen. All right, if you'll read verse 16, it says, and I'm going to read this slowly, because it's very important to pull this through so you can see. And this is relative to today. The Bible has not yet been reassessed and rewritten, even though it has, but it's not in the conscious form where most people can understand where we're going into the next paradigm. We're already in it, and I'll explain that later. Okay, it says, "Lest ye corrupt yourselves, and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast." I'm going to slow down right there. "The likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air." And I'm going to pause right there. It's very, very easy, right? With the way people think and the way that the mind operates and processes information to easily give you something to deify or to follow in a sense. Okay? One good example is what we're talking about today is the Easter Bunny. Okay? When you deify something, you subconsciously are giving worship and praise to that particular thing. Unconsciously. Now I'm going to give you a little background on Easter, for some of you who may not know. Easter was started in the 4th century in Rome. Okay? They believe, it was a Babylonian belief that on a certain day, this being will come out of the sky as a female deity named Ishtar. That's where they get Easter. It's Ishtar. Okay, you can look this up anytime you want. It's Ishtar, Ishtar. Will come down out of the sky and would leave a magical egg for people to find. And if you find this egg, you will get treasures and riches and all this stuff. So the Babylonians, when they came into Rome, they worshiped and did this practice, and they would make cakes and pies and do all this stuff and dress up really nice and look good for Ishtar when Ishtar is supposed to come and give the egg. And if you looking nice, then she would come and give you an egg and you'd be blessed. And the ritual itself was related to fertility. Okay, that's why it uses the rabbit, because of fertility, and the egg, which symbolizes the woman in birth. Okay, now let's go a little further here. If you have your Bibles, turn to Jeremiah, and one of the nicknames of Istar was known as the Queen of Heaven. Okay, that is one of her nicknames. If you go to Jeremiah, we'll all go there together. In chapter 7. We'll take a little time. Jeremiah chapter 7. Some of y'all might have to use the glossary in the front to figure out what Jeremiah is. I know it's a book that most people don't read out of a lot of times, but it's very important during our day and time. It's still relevant.
Amen.
Okay, so a lot going on in Jeremiah that's still relevant. Istar, as I said, was known as the Queen of Heaven. Okay, and one of the worships was even with the course of the egg being in they hide the egg, which is the egg hidden in the womb of the woman, okay? And you send the children out to go hunt the egg, which the children represent the sperm. So they're going hunting the egg, and when they find the egg, they put the egg in a basket, which is the uterus. You know what I mean? It's all symbolic. It's a ritual. It's a paganistic ritual, okay? That the powers that be, because believe it or not, I'm going to tell y'all, this country is run and controlled by Roman Catholic ideology. Even to the point of Capitol Hill, they used to go on the hill in the Senate. And you look at the Roman Senate, you see what I mean? It's based off of Roman Catholic principles, Roman everything. Even how we make our arenas. When we fight against the bulls and the rams and the man against the lion and all that. It's the same thing. You have the man in the press box and the whole system. The police ain't nothing but the Roman guards and the Roman back in the day that they enforce whatever the emperor, which is our president, is the same system. Okay? It's the same system. So as we experience certain things, we are imposed with that same ideology of carnal thought, paganism, you know what I'm saying? The whole promiscuous and sexuality, all that is the same as it was then. It's the same thought, the same information, the same frequencies. All right? Now let's look at this. Let me show you. In Jeremiah 7, we're going to go to, let's go to verse 18. It says, the children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire. We're on verse 17 in chapter 7 of Jeremiah. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough and make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. And they pour drink out in offering unto their gods. That's plural gods, so there's more than one God in existence. There's millions of gods. Everybody has a God. That they may provoke me to anger. Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to confusion of their own faces?
All right.
No, you ain't provoking God. You're provoking your own confusion by participating in all these things that subconsciously your mind knows something is wrong here. This is not right. This don't add up. Why are we doing this? This ain't got nothing to do with Christ. This ain't got nothing to do with the Passover and all this. Why are we participating in all these things? Okay, let me tell you. Your human self, and this is how the devil been working. Because some of y'all forget that the devil is an entity that walked the earth and had a conversation. You see what I mean? So the reality of that is that Satan is still walking around the earth, tricking people and confusing people and doing everything necessary to get your spirit energy to participate in his rituals. These are rituals, people. You see what I mean? Some say, okay, it's for the children. And no. Your energy, your body, your self-temple, your spirit self is participating in that means it doesn't matter what your mind thinks. It's about what your body is doing. Because you have a lot of thoughts. Yeah, so many thoughts. There's no way that you can manifest every single thought that you have in your mind. You can't do it. That's just not possible. So the thought that you do manifest becomes where you put your energy and your time and how you spend that energy. Now, if Satan can get that energy and get you to spend that energy or spend your time, spend your money, spend everything that you have, put your whole focus and put your being on this particular thing that has absolutely nothing to do with your spirituality whatsoever. It's a paganistic ritual that you're giving your energy to every year. Now, if you want to know, when you break it down a little deeper, this time of year, everybody knows it's spring. Okay? The sun does something very interesting 4 times a year. It's the 4 winds, the 4 corners of the earth, as they say. All right? This time of year is called the equinox. From December all the way around, or shall I say, it comes from, the sun shines on the northern part of the hemisphere during the winter, and it shines on the southern part of the hemisphere in the summer. Okay? We are coming into the sun having more time in the day than there is night. You see what I mean? We just passed the equinox. When they were equal on March the 20th, that's what the equinox is. And we always celebrate the birth of Christ and the resurrection, of Christ, after the first full moon after the equinox. I know that's a little deep for some of y'all, but after the full moon and the equinox, every single year we celebrate the Passover. Okay? This is the sun actually having more time in the day than at night. You see? This is the springtime. That's why the flowers and all these things come back. That's why they call us April Fools, because we didn't know that the new year is actually right now. This is the new year. This is the spring. This is when life starts to come back, when everything is, oh wow, we thought it was dead, but now it has risen again. We thought the tree was dead, but now the flowers and everything is coming back. We thought that the insects were gone and that everything was dead and that life was just drizzle and cold and miserable. But guess what? No, the sun comes and it rises and it gives us more energy and power during this time of the year. Now when we reach the peak of that is in the mid of the summer. And it's the hottest part of the whole year. And watch what happens. People are happy, they're joyful, they're in a good mood, they feel good, they moving around, they're doing everything that they want to do. Let me show you another thing here real quick while we're moving along. Now you see the worship here started all the way back a long time ago, and Jeremiah was letting them know that this is not right. This is wrong. Why are y'all participating in these things? Let me show you another. While we on Easter, let's go to Jeremiah 10. Because I'm showing you how every holiday that we have, there's an undercurrent of spirituality that we compromise and unwillingly and unknowingly compromise. We're like batteries, okay? And just like any battery, we're going to Jeremiah 10. Any battery, you have a choice to say you only have 2 batteries. You got 2 AA batteries, okay? Most remote controls, they run on 2 batteries, all right? But in your house, you got several remote controls. You got one for the TV, one for the VCR. You got another one for your ceiling fan. You got one for your garage door opener. You got all these different devices that you can put a battery in, right? Mm-hmm. You are the battery. Where are you going to put your energy into? So what energy are you going to express, and what are you going to do? Are you going to open the garage? Are you going to put your battery in here to cut the TV on? You're going to put it in here to operate this thing or that thing? You are the same way. Whatever you put your energy into is what is going to manifest. So if you're putting your energy into things that are paganistic, in some cases demonic, you're not even realize you're participating in demonic activities, and you wonder why you had negativity and different things coming back on you in your life, and you can explain certain things is because you're subconsciously putting yourself in places and in positions that are negative. And now they're doing it so strong. Soon as you break the matrix and you come out of a certain state of mind and you're like, oh wow, I'm free. Oh Lord, thank you. And you're praising and you're good. They have it so good now that they can press a button on you and program you and turn that off. It'll be one person that can say something to you and then switches off. Yeah. And just like you testified earlier, you know what I mean? You ain't letting nothing like that click you on and off no more. You're not a computer. Every time somebody, what they do, they press your buttons. Oh, that person is pressing my button. You see what I mean? And you let them press your buttons, then you react a certain way. So that means they have control over you. And it's not, and for those who, we're into media now, we have the internet, we have like Facebook and all these different outlets of media, the radio, you know what I mean? All these different levels of frequencies and vibrations and words. And trust me, these people have been at this for a long time. A long time. So they know what it's going to take to activate you to do a certain thing. They already know what to do. Yeah. And they're working and orchestrating through Satan. Just bottom line, that's what it is. Yeah. So you have a choice, brother. You're going to work and operate through Christ, through the Lord, through God, through the Creator, through that which is positive spirit within us. Okay? Now, let's go to Jeremiah real quick. I'm going to fly through this, and I'm not trying to take up all day, people, but I'll say it's a lot of information, and I'm just touching the surface here, okay? Excuse me. All right. It says, the Lord, I'm going to start at, I'm going to start at verse 3. No, let me start at 2. It says, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of who? It says heathen, right? Does everybody know what a heathen is in here, or do I need to explain? For the young ones, a heathen is a person that says they're going to do something, but then they don't. Or they profess to be something, or profess to be good, but they're really not. They really have bad intentions, and they don't mean you no good. Alright? It says, thus says the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of where? Heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. That means it has no meaning. It doesn't mean anything. It has no real validity or nothing. It's vain. It don't mean nothing. Are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it. Sound familiar? They deck it with silver and gold, and they fasten it with nails and hammers that they make. You see what I'm going with this? Right. Are y'all following me? Yes. Somebody tell me what I just explained, please. What is this telling you? Christmas. Thank you, Fisher. This is the Christmas tree. This is telling you that this is heathenistic, that this is vanity. You know it in your spirit, you know it, and you feel it, and you know that something is wrong here, but you still, some kind of way, participate as, oh, this is what everybody is doing. This is the norm. I know. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. But now I'm in debt. Oh, no, what I'm going to do. Oh, now, oh, I got to do this for my children. They're crying. Oh, but now. Come on, really? Really? This is the experience that we're having. It's not a good one in some cases. These are things that are taking us away from the truth. When you distort the mind with all these deities and Santa Clauses and Easter bunnies and fairy tale tooth fairies, but you're making it real life. You see what I mean? We're manifesting these things into real life, and our children accept, and they grow up, they confuse, then you try to figure it out when you get older. You say, oh, it's just for the children, it's this, but not realizing the psychological and spiritual effect that it's actually having on our lives. It's not good. Amen. So once you begin to break that mold, to come out of that, then you're gonna. That's when you start facing the real ridicule, when people really start looking at you funny. When you really start breaking it, you ain't felt nothing yet. Because you got to deal with your family. And when you start knowing truth, it's a burden that most people do not want to carry. There's a reason why people are ignorant. All right. They're ignorant not because the information is not there. And I'm going to give you that. Information, let me tell you what happened. The Bible explains this real well. And I will go through this in detail a little later on another one because it takes a while. The Bible clearly explains the movement of our time. It goes from every 2,160 years, and it takes a lot of studying and research, which I have been doing. I'm still a student. I'm a universal student on Earth. I go to Earth University.
All right.
Okay? Amen. That's where I'm at. Every 2,160 years, something occurs. Something happens. There's a major prophet that appears or something goes on. You see what I mean? First you have the creation. Then you have the story of Noah. And then you have Moses. Then you go through the prophets of Jeremiah, Isaiah, all these guys. And then you have Jesus. Okay, all these occurring in particular time patterns. Okay? Once we get to Jesus, you go into Revelations. And Revelations begin to explain things that people are still trying to scratch their head to figure out what is all this and what is that. You know what I mean? What are the candles and who is the nations and what is the heads of the beast and all this and that. Okay, listen. What they are explaining is we are coming into a new paradigm. This is cosmic and is based on zodiac information with your own zodiac along with the earth itself rotating, with the sun itself rotating. Everything is in movement. There's nothing stagnant. Everything is in movement. They teach them in school that the sun is just sitting still somewhere and all the other planets are going around it, but no, the sun is actually rotating around something as well. And every time we go into another part of the universe, okay, there's a certain frequency that is emitted. We are now in the age of information. The Mayans recorded it. The age of information is where we're at. We are in the age of information, which is Aquarius. Okay? Before, with Christ, he was explaining with his 2 fish that we were in Pisces. Before that, Abraham explained that we were in Aries. Before that, Moses explained that we were in Taurus. And it goes on and on and on. We were in Cancer. We were in Gemini. This and that. So now we are moving into Aquarius. We are in Aquarius. That's what the whole information is about. Because now you can't stop the information because it flows like water. You see? This is Aquarius. Information flows. You can't stop it. They trying, but they can't. It's the age of information. So all these things are free and they're available. And if you look anywhere around you, you can find out whatever you want. The universe is now yielding to us. The Creator is saying, what is your question? What do you want to know? I'll give you your answer. I will give you the powers that you need. You want healing? There it is. You want prophecy? There it is. You want, what you want? You want what do you want? There it is. You have it. Here it is. This is the age of man. We can have anything we want. We gave us dominion over all these things, but then you forgot that you had dominion. You let man have dominion over you.
Amen.
And that's how they proved it. They said now we can have dominion over man. We can control man. We can tell man what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Everything that you do in this country especially, you have to have permission. You don't ask God. You do, but you really don't. You do, but then after you ask God, you got to go to the man and get permission to do what God already told you to go and do it. Anything.
Amen.
You got to have permission to drive a car. Hello? It's called a driver's license. You got to get a permit to get a house. You got to sign a contract for that to live in it. Then you got to agree to pay the rent and do all this stuff. You got to agree to have lights on, to get them cut on in your name. You see what I mean? All these contracts you have to sign and paperwork, you got to get permission to have everything that you need. Even to go to the grocery store. You got to have permission to go in the grocery store. Because if you don't have a job, then they got to give you a food stamp card or something. You got to have permission and all this to buy food. Oh yes, you are agreed. You can have food. You see what I mean? Instead of us thinking, wow, we're actually being subliminally controlled, dumbed down, and enslaved in a whole nother way that we had no idea. We are like the children of Israel coming out of Egypt, going into the wilderness, because now we have all these false deities and gods that we worship every year. And we wonder why we in the condition we in, because we're worshiping the false gods and giving our energy and our spirit to things that don't have nothing to do with us.
All right.
They're paganistic. All right. The good side of that is, once you become aware, this is the resurrection. This is the resurrection that Christ wanted us to have. He says, don't be in the darkness. Come to the light.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? This is springtime. This is the time to be happy and feel good about yourself. You know, we not to be sad and mad and going through situations. This is time to come out of those situations. So you can think on top of your game, as they say. You be on top of your game. Be on top of the world. Because that's where the sun is going, on top of the world. Vibe with that. You know, resurrect with the Creator when it's time. And now is that time. While you do the spring cleaning, you throw all that junk out your house. Throw away all the bad stuff that you don't want. That's where we're at. Throw away all the junk inside your life. You know, let's just clean house, clean it spiritually. Sometimes you gotta get rid of spiritual junk too. Not just a fasting on food. Sometimes you gotta fast off people.
All right.
Amen?
Amen.
See, people are like chemistry. People are chemistry. And that's the one thing on earth that you can guarantee. Anything that you see with your physical eyes and you can touch or you can smell it, it can be calculated and added, and you can come up with an equation for that particular thing. It is a math equation, including people. How tall you are, how much you weigh, how big your eyes are, what your tears are made of, what your stomach, what you eat, how did that digest to become whatever it is. Did it get nutrients? Did it get calcium? You got zinc, you got iron, you got phosphorus, you got thiamine, protein. Can I go on forever? There's so many different components of just you. We're not even talking about like furniture and air and wind and things that are outside of yourself, just within your own body. The chemistry and the makeup of all these things that has to evolve and take place for you to exist. It's amazing. Utterly amazing. All your bones, your joints, we're seeing miracles. How your body says, hey, wait a minute. I'm not ready yet. This ain't time. No, your spirit say, this ain't what's happening. Let me fix this. Regardless of what the doctors do or don't do. We already have a medicine. You got medicine in your body. You got all kind of chemicals, serotonin, adrenaline, you name it. All that's in your body that already manifests itself and heal you anytime you get a little scratch. You get a scab on it and ain't got to do nothing. Put a little saliva on it, mama kiss it, and now you're going outside and playing again. That's the truth.
Amen. Yes, Lord.
And sometimes it might take a little extra to give it a boost, but it's your body at work. That's the way the Creator put it there. He already know all these diseases and everything else that these folks are creating to break down your DNA and giving you inoculation shots so you can't even get in touch with your true self. From the birth. They try to, here, you need this, you need hepatitis C and hepatitis B, and you need a vaccine virus, and for real? Really? And God had created all these things on earth, but now you telling me that my human body, that's supreme over all these things that God made in the image of the Creator, we are divine, but I can't fight off a cold. I need all this extra stuff that my body won't operate in the same function and vibrate on this level. Let me tell you why. Because they are creating an unnatural environment. Unnatural. Just from the last, me and my wife talked about this a minute ago, and I'm going to be short. I'm going to close out on this. We talked about, just about in a matter of a short time, how the world, not just America, the world. If you just go back to Christopher Columbus, 1492. We're in 2000. That's just, 400 years? Right? Now, humans have been in existence. They found the oldest human remains in Ethiopia was a lady 65 billion, B with a billion years old. B with a billion. The Earth 1.6 million. Wait. The lady is, excuse me y'all, I apologize. The Earth 1.6 billion years old, and the lady was 65 million years old. Excuse me. She was 65 million. Right? If our culture, all these millions of years, humans have been on the planet, living in harmony with the Creator, with nature, with life. Right? Even the Native Americans, when they came over here, it's like, oh, there's people here already. And they're living in one with nature. They're in harmony with everything around them is being used and processed for a particular reason, and that reason is divine. There's no vanity, there's no waste. Everything is in order. Now, the last 400 years, they're taking the same elements that's been here for 60,000 years, but they're using it as an illusion to trick you so you can submit yourself into something that doesn't even need to exist. That is all vain. It's all vanity. Because you will run out every year and spend all your money on Christmas trees and buying gifts and putting yourself in debt and doing all these things that you're promoting the will of the system. And you know you're doing it. You know it. You already know it. You putting yourself in debt and you're stressing yourself out, which when you stress, it causes dis-ease in your body. That's why they call it a disease, because it's dis-ease. I mean, you're not comfortable. Your hypertension ain't nothing but stress. You stressing out.
Right.
So they say, oh, you stressed out. You have hypertension. Here, take this. Give you a pill. You see? Now you on something else. Now your body is reacting on something else. Now you need a pill for that pill.
Right.
Then you need a pill to counteract that pill for that pill and this pill. When all you had to do in the first place was sit down and chill out, take a nap, relax.
Right.
You know, but your job got you stressed out. Your children can get you stressed out. Your friends getting you stressed out. Your neighbors getting you stressed out. Your mama getting you stressed out. And you don't know what to do with yourself.
Amen.
Right. They don't know what to do. You so stressed, you don't know how to not be stressed.
All right.
So what do? For those of you who are in the spirit and you know